Hello, this is Ken Graham, the Director of the National Hurricane Center and also the Chair of the RA-IV Hurricane Committee. 40th anniversary of the Tropical Cyclone Committee with the World Meteorological Organization. Just so many years of a huge effort to get us where we are today. So much the fact that I had to write them down to start looking at all the things that we're doing and all that we've accomplished over the years. So here's a quick message on this 40th anniversary, just such a big event and many, many years of saving so many lives. And you think about what we do, you think about all the member countries and how we communicate during a hurricane, but it's not just during the hurricane, it's well in advance, during our meetings, during our training. And some of these are just absolutely amazing, the things that we do across the Tropical Cyclone Committee and also the RA-IV Hurricane Committee. If you think about observing, forecasting, all the responsibilities that the countries have, we're in it together. We talk during the hurricane to coordinate those watches and warnings. And we also have an operational plan. We work on that together. We get an operational plan that we can all work by, all of us on the same page when it comes to these hurricanes, and that's what really can keep people safe. We also look at standard definitions, tropical cyclone, we look at hurricane definitions, all that coordinated to make sure the terminology is the same, and it just keeps going. There's so much here that we've accomplished, and that's why we should be so proud of this anniversary. You start looking at different conventions, understanding within the threat and the different impacts that we have in the various countries, establishing observing systems, upper air systems. I look at the network and getting the upper air information into the models and being able to share that information, sharing radar information with each other, and each member state summarizing after the season, summarizing what the peak wind was, what was the water. All that information comes here so we can write that tropical cyclone report in the after the season. That's huge in the after. So that is so much appreciated every single year by every country. That's just another aspect of what we do every single year. The other part of it is not just the operational plan, but a technical plan. The technology and the technical portion, the science portion of what we do. We coordinate that every single year as well. Funding workshops. I can't stress enough how important it is that we get together, we train together, we talk about the latest science and the latest technology and the latest social science when it comes to communicating the impacts of these hurricanes. So the classes that we host here in Miami with the World Meteorological Organization is just so great to build those relationships. But it's also the awareness tours when we visit the various countries and talk about safety when it comes to tropical cyclones. There's so much information that goes into that. You look at these workshops, you look at the training, and you look at the modeling, you look at the forecast models and being able to be able to look at how we could communicate by using the science data from the models and what goes into our forecast. And I think it's interesting to look over that period of time, 40 years. And I think this is an interesting stat we were able to come up with here. You think about that time, we've been able to reduce the actual forecast track errors 60% over the last several decades over that time. You think about those impacts, and we couldn't do that alone. It takes all of us in a relationship to be able to communicate, be able to train together, so we're ready for anything when it comes to the hurricane season, and that is about relationships, and I think that's the biggest accomplishment if you look back at the last 40 years.